Michael here again, doing another quick video with you guys to go over the Intelagy Business Analysis, or the Intelagy Calculator, as we kind of internally call it. So this is kind of something that serves two purposes. One, it's there to make your clients, the business owners that you're going to talk with and your potential leads, just more aware of the various different profits and expenses that are there within their own business. On the other hand, this also acts as a phenomenal sales tool and something that I believe closes every one of your sales presentations kind of on its own. So I'm going to go through this with you all and show you what this looks like. So first off, in order to access this, you can always get to it from the homepage of the Intelagy.com website. If you get there and you scroll down a tiny bit, you'll see one-stop solutions, save time and money, Intelagy Business Analysis Tool 3. So click that and we are directly in the Intelagy Business Analysis. Now the first kind of step of this form just collects very basic information about the business and the business owner. So we have business name, the phone number for the business facts if they have one. Let's say that they don't, we would just put in none for this. The same instructions are actually written up above for you, so you can kind of grab that from that. John Smith is the business owner's name, info@business.com is good, and say it's Bob's business. That's his website. We start to dig into a little bit more about the spending and profit margins and so forth. First, let's select their cash sales volume and say that the specific business happens to do both, and we're going to do this just for kind of simplistic numbers. Their average ticket size is, and with that said, they currently handle an additional 50 without having to hire additional bakers, counter staff. And on the $25,000 in credit card processing, their last bill was $660. Right? Their monthly rent expense or mortgage, if it's in that situation. Now, with this one, you're going to have the business owners that are going to ask you, why exactly you're asking this. You need to get this information so that they can have a proper breakdown of their expenses and their rough estimated profits over the course of a month. B, when we do go into business with them, and notice I say when, not if, but when we go into business with them, we're going to want to know what their bottom lines are and things. We're going to need to have an understanding of just how much this guy has to spend on his rent and he has to spend every single month. I don't know, some sort of special, or I want to recommend doing some sort of discount on something, where I need to have an idea of what the various expenses are that are tied into it. We want to be a partner with them, or considered a partner with them in their business, not so much just a service provider. So we're going to ask them for their monthly rent expenses. Let's say it's $6,500. They're spending $1,250 on insurance expenses. Their hosting is costing them, let's just say it's $50 a month. They're on a very basic SEO campaign. Let's say they're paying $950 for it. They're spending about $450 a month on printing, and here and there's an extra $1,000 that gets spent. On marketing, currently, let's say that they have a girl does their social media for $750 a month. On payroll, they're paying out, say, $9,500. They have to spend about $7,500 on inventory, and there's about another $1,250 kind of randomly there. Out the way. So as we fill out all of this, and you're talking obviously with your clients, or with the merchant as you're doing this all, and you're explaining these things to them, both you and the merchant will immediately see on the right hand side this breakdown of kind of where they're currently spending their money, how many customers approximately there is going through their business location on a given month, what their various expenses are, and what those same expenses could have been, again, estimated with an Intelagy plan. Now heading over to the next page. The next page helps us collect a little bit more information. So again, we plan events or anything else along that matter. In this place, we need to understand how big it is, if they're going to plan to expand, so forth and so on. Is this their only location? If not, where are the other locations? Who manages your merchant accounts? Let's say their merchant account is with First Data. They have a GoDaddy hosting plan. They print with Vistaprint, unfortunately. They use SEO company APC for their SEO needs, and marketing company XYZ for their marketing needs. Go ahead and submit that. Now, what we get essentially on the next page, closes this whole thing for you. So your initial top paragraph states that, well, based on the analysis that we just did, you currently have a total sales volume of about 50,000. That's split about amongst 1,250 customers, because they told us their average ticket size is $40. So with that in mind, we recommend an estimated marketing budget of 1,000. So putting them right in between essentially the starter and the intermediate package. And from that will bring you an additional estimated 25 customers to your business. Again, you have an average ticket size of 40, and you have 25 customers that are being brought to your business. So with that said, you are essentially making your $1,000 back. So marketing is now free. Now, over the course of 1 year, that's a whole total of 300 new customers that we're sending to you, which is an additional $12,000 in estimated sales. Now, this does not factor in return customers. So let's say that the business has a 50% return rate. So first month we send them 25 customers. They got an extra $1,000. Off of that, phenomenal. Next month we sent them 25 customers. They got an extra $1,000. But half of the customers that we sent them the month before also came back. So now they got 1,500 the next month. Month after that, they got even more. So it consistently increases. Just off of the 25 customers that we send every single month, they get 12,000 in estimated sales over the year. But if you factor in their return, that's even more money. Now, moving on down, we see you're currently spending $3,450 monthly on a wide array of different services. So their hosting, their marketing, their SEO, their business insurances. The same services through an Intelagy package would run about $2,760. So you're factoring in add-ons and so forth on top of a starter plan or an intermediate plan. But regardless of all that, we're still saving you $690 every single month on all of those different services, which at the end of the year is $8,280. Not to mention that right before that, we told them that we're also giving them an additional $12,000 in estimated sales throughout that year. Furthermore, their current processing rate is approximately 2.64% per transaction based on the information that they told us, and we can probably reduce that to 2.14% per transaction, saving them even more money on a monthly basis, which essentially leads to an even larger sum of savings at the end of the year. So at this point, your merchant should essentially be asking you where to sign and who to write the check out to. So you press on print contract. The contract is generated for Bob's Bagels with all the details about the business that they have put in, appropriately dated, appropriately set up. You would scroll on down through the contract and choose. So let's say that we would put them onto the starter package, bringing them at $6.99 a month. So we would be convinced they're not going to do pay-per-click. Management is further on down the line. If they pay by check at this point, you would collect the check. The check would input a billing information into here, their credit card detail, their contact email, and information. The check or credit card contract would get signed live right in front of you. The contract. When you press on print contract, a copy of the automatically generated and saved onto our servers. Then generate a copy of the contract that can be printed out and retain one for their own. These are saved as a PDF. whatever the case may be. And the Intelagy Business Analysis, or what I like to call the Intelagy Calculator, which I encourage you to use in every single presentation that you do, because it just visually shows exactly where and how we're going to save money and bring more money to